Yo guys, how's it going? We're here for another episode of our Paris career mode on FIFA 18. Starting off today's episode with a quick loan, trying to go in for a loan deal here for one of the strikers I've been looking at to add a little bit of pace up front, because I think that's what we've been lacking really, and we haven't got enough money to actually buy a player straight out. So I thought it's not something that I normally like doing, is bringing in loan players. But at this point of the season, how we've been playing and stuff like that, I feel like we have to bring in someone, whether it's loan signing or not, because like I say, we just ain't performing well enough, defensive, attacking wise, whatever. We just ain't doing well enough, and I think we just need to add that extra bit in certain positions to try and actually sign these players. Will be a big help to our season. Like I say, we've only got a few games left now. We're halfway through the season at this point, and we're below. I think we're about 12th, 13th at this point, and honestly, it's just not good enough. We should at least be going into like the top half of the table, but at this point, we're in the bottom half. But we do go in for another. This is a full out signing for Leiden, a 60 overall Dutch striker, as we feel like. I say that I was adding the other guy because I wanted pace. This guy is literally a backup to a backup player, and it's just for the fact of getting a bit more squad depth, more than anything, I think. And maybe he'll turn into a good enough player to perform in the future. Only 17, so it's not like he's getting older or like that. He's still very young. But like I say, we had to pay a lot of money for him to actually bring him to the club, when we could have probably spent that on someone else that is actually worth signing more than him. But he does accept the 350,000 offer, as we get an offer for Alana, but we do go ahead and reject that because he is literally one of our star players this season. Before we go into the contract offer for Leiden here, trying to bring him into the club, like I say, at this point I didn't really feel like signing him because of how much he did actually cost. We could sign a lot better player for that amount of money, in my opinion, as we offer him a sporadic squad role and a 5-year contract, like I say, because he is young. I want to bring him in for quite a few years, but he does come back and say he only wants to stay till he's 20 as well, like Bernardin did. And hopefully we can try and sign, like I say, I still want to sign some young players, but at this point of the season and how bad we are playing, we need to be signing more for the fact of actually signing better players to improve the squad, more than improve like the younger basing players and stuff like that. We literally really need to improve the first team at this point. But I ain't against signing any of the young players like we're trying to do here. We offered him a grand on the wage, and he says he ain't looking at decreasing his wage, and that was the end of that basically. And that's fine by me. Before we go into an offer for Joel Pereira, the Manchester United Portuguese goalkeeper, 21 years of age. At this point, don't actually know what his overall is, but I know he is a good player, like quite a high. Well, for our club, he'll be higher rated player. So hopefully they're looking to improve that, because that is one thing that we have definitely been struggling. If you watch the rest of the episodes of this series, you'll know that the goalkeeper is one place that we're really struggling with at the moment, and we try and get him on quite a cheap contract here, where we split the wages with Manchester United. We try and split it quite cheaply so we can hopefully bring in someone else, but they want 50-50 at this point, so I say 40-60, is that will be better suited for us, as we need to save as much money as possible. But they come back and say no again, he wants 50% as well. Like Mourinho just not letting up on us here, but we do accept the offer, as, like I said, he's going to be a crucial player for this side at this point of the season. If how badly every goalkeeper in the club is playing at the minute, is going to be a big signing for us. If we can in fact get him, as they did accept, but now we've just got to wait on whether Piero accepts it himself, basically. As you see the league table there, still not inside the top half of the table, which is absolutely terrible at this point. We should be well up there, and we're nowhere at this point. It is absolutely ridiculous how badly we're playing. But we're hoping to improve in this game, maybe give us a bit more of a boost. And hopefully if we win this game, or at least put in a good performance, Piero will actually try and come to the club, and maybe it'll encourage him a bit more to come to the club. Where we come on our first attack with St. Louis, who passes a beautiful ball into Maya, and he puts the ball wide of the post. And this is why I tried to sell that striker on loan, because Maya isn't doing his job this season at all. Not to the level he should be. He scored a few goals, don't get me wrong, but he's not scoring on the level he should be at this point. And he just proved it there. But in the first few minutes of this game, we were actually putting a lot of pressure on the opponents. As you see, we do come on another attack, trying to get into the box, and St. Louis headers the ball just over the bar, and the score remains at 0-0. It was a very nice cross to start with, and a very nice header, but not quite low enough, not quite dipping enough there from St. Louis, and it does go over the bar to remain at 0-0. But again, like I say, we were putting a lot of pressure on the opponents at this point, and really going in for them. As we come on another attack, trying to break forward, but we do get brought down outside the area for a free kick. The defender, Adiote, gets a yellow card there. Not too much of a big deal there. As you see, he doesn't get a touch on the ball at all. He didn't really get near the ball. They weren't deserving of a red card, and a yellow card is very acceptable, I think, at that point, as we were quite early on in the game as well. As St. Louis steps up over the free kick here, and the ref lines up the wall as St. Louis steps over the free kick to get ready to take it. We have a quick look to see if there is anyone else there to sort of step in for him, but there was no one better than St. Louis. So he does actually go ahead and take the free kick. He swips the ball over the wall, and it goes over the bar as well. So the score does remain at 0-0 at this point. Not good enough at all, to be honest. We should, as how many chances we were getting at this point, we should have done a hell of a lot better. But we just weren't putting enough pressure on and not getting enough shots on target, as the strikers just weren't doing their job at this point. But we do come on attack again. St. Louis and Maya linking up down that side again. He takes a shot, but it gets deflected by the defender, and nothing comes of the corner. Before we go into another attack, like I say, just putting so much pressure on their opponents, but nothing was coming of it up until this point. As Maya comes forward, gets inside the box, turns his man, takes a shot, and it goes just wide of the post again. In literally everything we was doing at this point, Maya just couldn't get a shot on target whatsoever. He was having so many chances, it just weren't coming out. But we do come into the second half. The score's remaining at 0-0, but we do get into the box, and St. Louis, you would never have guessed it. It is him again, saving our bacon and doing absolutely brilliantly here to beat the defender, get around him, and take the shot and smash it into the far side of the goal, the left side. Absolutely brilliant finish from St. Louis. He has saved us again. He is the only man that's actually doing anything in this side, whether it's providing assists, scoring the goals. He's doing everything for us at this point, and we really need him to stay if we're going to do anything for the duration of the season and next season. No matter where we are, he is going to be the star player of our season, because of how well he has played this season. He has been absolutely brilliant there. But we do come on another attack here again, trying to cut inside, getting that space, taking a shot, but it wasn't the best of shots there from Manard. Should have done a hell of a lot better there. The young 18-year-old should have smashed it into the top corner, but couldn't quite do so. Didn't quite have the technique or anything like that. And it does go over the bar, and the score remains at 1-0. But we come on another attack. It seems like it was all us at this point, and we really deserved to be in the lead. As St. Louis tries to give the ball inside, we keep playing the ball round. Mayock finds St. Louis again, and he cuts inside, and again he finds the back of the net to make it 2-0. And St. Louis, once again, doing everything for us, providing us with the attacking opportunity in the first place, and then scoring the goal at the end of it at the keeper's near post. The keeper definitely should have done better there, but I ain't complaining because St. Louis has made it 2-0. And look at how close that was to hitting the post. He executed that absolutely perfectly to find the back of the net and make it 2-0. And this could be the end of our terrible drought at this point, because it has been absolutely dreadful. But we do come on another attack, and it is him down the wing again. He takes a shot, but unluckily the keeper makes the save this time, and it gets turned onto the bar and goes out for a throw-in, which we pick up the action again here, and we take a head off. Pierre-Elié gets the head off, but Cisse puts the ball in the back of the net. Once again, he is a man on form at the minute. Cisse scoring the goals just as well as St. Louis at the minute, and putting us 3-0 in the lead. And surely that is the end of the game. Surely we can't slip up. We've done it many a times before from even these kind of positions, where we've been 3-0 up and we've still ended up like drawing the game and stuff like that. But surely it's too late on at this point, and Cisse might have just wrapped us up. The first win in so many games. At this point, during this game, we've had 2 wins out of 11 games, which is absolutely stupid. But they come forward not long after the kickoff, and you never would have guessed it. They do get a goal back, and it goes in the back of the net. Very lucky finish though. It does just go over the line, hits the bar, just crosses the line, and goes in the back. Well, it don't even go in the back of the net. It bounces back out. It can't be arsed. As you see, he takes the shot. It was a nice finish, but very lucky to get the goal. And he gets his team basically a consolation goal at this point, as he makes it 3-1. But we are still trying to carry on through and hopefully not mess up this victory, because if we did lose it at this point, I think I would have quit this career. But as you see, that was the end of the game. We were panicking at the end, but it didn't come to much, as it finishes 3-1. A brilliant game from us. We played absolutely, well, not the whole team. St. Louis played absolutely brilliantly, and if it wasn't for him in this game, then it really wouldn't have been anything but a loss, to be honest. If it wasn't for St. Louis, he played absolutely brilliantly, and I'm very happy that he got the goal that we needed. As we come into the training session here, trying to improve some of the younger players. As we see, we've got Cisse back on his shooting, trying to improve him even more before we go into our second game of today's episode. Very long episode this will be, but oh well. As you see, the league table still not inside the top 10. We're 11th at this point, even after winning that last game. But as you see before, Joel Piera did accept his loan offer, and he is in the squad for this game. And hopefully that can be a turning point in this match, in this season, shall I say? Not just the game, in the season. Hopefully he's going to improve the squad so much, because we really, really, really need it at this point. It's just absolutely dreadful the way we've been playing this season, and hopefully him coming in will be the turning point for that. But saying that, they do come on the attack. A few moments into the game, they take a shot and it gets beat. Oh, I thought this was going to be the turning point, and Pierre-Elié, basically with the first shot at goal at him, lets the ball past him, and it goes in the back of the net to make it 1-0. And I thought he was going to be the saviour, but at this point it really doesn't look like it, is he? He nutmegs Piero and puts it. It's a very nice finish. I can't take nothing away from the striker there. He puts it through Piero's legs and into the back of the net with a absolutely wonderful finish. I would have been proud of a finish like that myself, to be honest. But it does mean that they are in the lead with a caught goal. And it means they are 1-0 behind once again for another time this season. But they did really start attacking us at this point. They were really they was tasting blood. And they were really coming at us as they take a shot. It gets deflected off the post as we clear the ball. Not far enough though, as it comes to their left back. They find a way into the box somehow. And they take a shot, and very luckily it goes wide of the post there from Maget. Because that should have been a goal. That should have been 2-0 and game over at this point, because they were really putting a lot of pressure on us. And he should have finished that, no problems. And they do come on another attack. And they were really putting pressure on us at this point. As Maget, again, on the ball, whips the ball in. And a great save there from Piero. Could he carry on this kind of form for the rest of the season? Not the way he did the first shot, but that kind of saving is really going to save us. Because that was a brilliant save from Pierre. But they do come on another attack, but they put the ball wide. And it means that it is still at 1-0. But they didn't relent on the pressure as they came forward once again. Trying to put us under so much pressure and absolutely tear us apart at this point. Because they were really pinning us back. As they just be patient with the ball. They pass the ball out wide and a smashing shot. And it goes wide again. They were fluffing so many chances at this point. They should have been a few goals up. There should have been so many goals up. They should have had this game done and won already. But they didn't do so. And the score remains at 1-0. Coming into the second half here. Trying to attack. Get on one of the only attacks we had pretty much in this game. Getting down that right hand side. As Levin picks up the ball. He dinks the ball in. And it goes in the back of the net to make it 1 apiece. We really didn't deserve it. But we got the goal. And I am not complaining for the fact that we got the goal. And we really, really needed it at this point. We needed an attack, let alone a goal. And from pretty much one of the only attacks we had of the game, Pierre-Liège puts the ball through the goalkeeper's legs. And it ends up in the back of the net with a lucky header, to be honest. It was quite a lucky goal, but I'll take it. And it does mean the score is now at 1 apiece. After they should have really wrapped up the game a long time ago. They didn't take their chances. And we draw level. But they do, again, carry on their pressure. Take a shot. And Pierre-Liège with another fantastic save to keep us in this match. If it wasn't for him in this game, we would have been out of it a long time ago. Fair enough, he did let in the first goal. But since he let in that goal, he was saving everything. And he was keeping our team in it for everything that he had in him. He was putting it into this game. And they do come on another attack, which you wouldn't have guessed, would you? But they do come on another attack. And they take a shot, and it goes just wide of the post again. Hestad puts the ball wide. They really should have been home and dry at this point. They were having so many chances, and it was just, they were spurning every chance they had. And I was so grateful for the fact that they were doing it. And that is how the game ends. We got very lucky. And we did win the game. We did draw the game, shall I say, at 1 apiece. A very, very lucky draw. And Pierre-Liège, if he carries on that form all season, we could be on for a last-ditch surge. But that is the end of today's episode, guys. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and peace.